What up, peeps? Welcome to today's vlog. As you can see, we are starting off today at the store, which I haven't done that much recently because I have been coming into the store late for quite some time now. I would say at least like a month to 2 months probably. I've been coming in late. It's a little bark chip on the floor. And it hasn't been for any particular reason other than basically I can. Abby is more than capable of running the store without me, and she has been basically since day one, but with all the other employees, you know, being here and everything, I am not necessary to the function of the store, at least for like the regular day-to-day stuff, which is really, really cool. It's given me time to work on the vlogs a little bit more. I'm sure you guys have noticed the extra editing and stuff that I've been putting in. Sometimes the way that I used to edit the vlogs, like with no extra editing or anything, it would take me maybe 15 minutes. But some of the vlogs with the editing I've been doing have been taking an hour and a half. So I have that extra time to stay up late at night because I don't have to wake up super early the next morning. So it makes it easier to work on that. But basically at the beginning of the video here, I wanted to kind of go over some things because the last time we filmed was 2 days ago. The videos that you saw yesterday were filmed before. So I wanted to talk about yesterday. So, well, before that, the other video that went up, the last vlog, we mentioned how the sellers were basically refusing to do the work to the house, and we terminated our agreement. That is all correct. That is all true. That deal is officially terminated. It is dead. However, we kind of expected this, but the sellers have come back. Well, not them specifically, but the listing agent who works for the sellers contacted our realtor, and they were like, oh no, like, why are you terminating the deal? Like, what's going on? I think I mentioned it to you guys before, but they tried to offer like $4,000 towards the closing costs to cover some of the repairs. And when we turned that down, they came back again and said, we'll offer $6,500. We turned that down again. And then they were like, well, like, what do you need for us to basically get this deal done? And our realtor told them, like, what we need is what we asked for, kind of thing. So, we should be hearing back sometime today, but it does seem like the sellers are trying to make that happen. So there was like maybe a little bit of not necessarily miscommunication, but a little bit of a misunderstanding. We expected the cost of the sewer line replacement and the electrical box replacement and a couple other small things that needed to be done. We expected that to cost somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000, and that is based on what the inspector told us. So the home inspector came, looked at everything, told us these things, need to be fixed or replaced or whatever. It'll probably cost you about this much. So that's what we expected. The sellers got bids to get the work done, and the bid for the electrical box was more than we expected. The inspector told us maybe $1,800 to $2,000. That came in at $2,800. But then the sewer line replacement, we were told between $8,000 to $12,000, and their bid came in at $4,800, which is incredibly low. So when they were offering us the $6,500 towards that, they were thinking this is pretty close to covering all the repairs. But I do not think, and our realtor does not think, the inspector did not think that it will be that cheap. And it seems like maybe the bid was done by a family member or something. We're not sure. They wanted to just pay the bid and basically just give us that money off the closing costs. And normally that would be fine, but we don't think that bid is an accurate representation of what it's actually going to cost. So if they just pay the bid, they give us that $4,800, and then we go to get the work done, and the people have the yard dug up, and they're like, actually, we didn't know that this was here. It's going to be another $4,000, and then we have to pay that out of pocket. So what we are trying to negotiate, and hopefully what they are going to do, we're going to push back the closing date because that was another issue, is that they didn't think that they would be able to get the work done before the closing date. Why is someone trying to call this early? We clearly do not open until noon, and it is it's early, guys. It is, let me walk to the computer in the back, but anyway, so they didn't think they'd be able to get the work done before the closing date. It's 9:37 a.m., by the way. So they were like, well, if we can't get the work done in time, we'll just pay the bid instead and then still close on time. So what we've decided, and well, we have offered this and proposed this idea. Like I said, we're still waiting to hear back, but we think that they're going to basically play ball, because if they don't, they're going to end up making less money on the house in the end. There's no other way around it. Now that they know the issues about the house, they legally have to disclose those when selling, and that's going to decrease the value. So, anyway, we have proposed that they get the work done and they pay for it, and like literally the work is done before we move in. And we are willing to push the closing date back. So instead of being around the middle of the month, we're looking at around the end of the month. And so I'm very, very hopeful that this is still going to work out, because yesterday Abby and I looked at 4 or 5 more houses, and none of them were too exciting for us. There's obviously new houses being posted all the time, but the one that we made the offer on, the one that we're trying to make work, is the one that we want. So we're going to try to make it work, and I'm really, really hopeful that it will. It definitely sounds like the sellers kind of realized, like, oh crap, we were a little bit too greedy or too aggressive or whatever, and we made the buyers back out, and they kind of screwed themselves, because like I said, they would now have to disclose the issues with the house, and that's just not good. We got a bunch of comments from people offering support and everything, which is really cool. A couple people were saying, like, they probably have other buyers lined up, blah, blah, blah. They do not. We know that for a fact. That house had 3 offers on it, and ours was the last offer that came in, which they accepted. The offers before that, they can't legally tell you what the offers are, but the listing agent was able to say, before we made our offer, she said, they have 2 offers on the house and they do not like them. So that to us meant that the offers were either too low, or they were asking for like all the closing costs or something. We don't really know why they didn't like it, but obviously they picked our offer, meaning ours was the best, and they're not going to basically restart that process of trying to sell the house to make less money. It makes more sense for them to just do the repairs and get it done and sell the house and kind of move on. So hopefully it will all work out. I will definitely keep you guys in the loop. Sorry for taking up the whole beginning of the vlog here with just rambling about house stuff. I told you guys before I didn't really want to do this. This is kind of the reason. One vlog I tell you one thing, then it changes. The next vlog I tell you something else. That's what I don't like about it. But we're still very, very hopeful. We are still looking at other houses as well. I think we might have some showings scheduled for today. It might just be me that goes. I'm not sure. If Abby and I can both go, that'd be awesome. But I think that it's just Naven and Kyle working today. So we'll see how it goes. But I came here really, really early today. This is the earliest I've gotten up in quite some time, because we went to bed at like 11:30 last night, just from being super, super tired. So I'm going to try to get some stuff entered today before we open, and I'm thinking about working on a box of NES games, because we still have 3 full boxes of NES games from Nathan that he shipped in that we have not entered yet. We have a ton of DVDs still as well. I also have these boxed games here. So I'll figure something out, but today you should have a lot of new stuff going up on the website. So if there's anything you are interested in, you might have seen over the past week or two that has come in, a lot of stuff is going up today.
A few moments later.
So it is now 10:52 a.m. Abby should be here pretty soon, so should the guys. I think I mentioned earlier that I think it's just Naven and Kyle working today. I don't think that Ryan works on Thursdays, but I got a box of Hyperkin stuff into the system, which I just printed the tags for, and now I'll show you what else I got in here. This is probably all I'm going to be able to do before we open, but I got this stuff in. So just a stack of NES games, nothing too special in there. Dr. Mario, probably the best one. We have these Sega Saturn games, and then some boxed items here. So got that stuff in. The tags, like I said, are printing right now. I'm going to work on stickering the Hyperkin stuff, which is this box. So it's just like a lot of power cables and GameCube controller adapters for the Switch and like Genesis AV cables, just random stuff. Some memory cards and stuff like that. And then also, I just got a phone call from our realtor, and just like I said would probably happen, the listing agent called her and said that they're going to get all the repairs done before closing. So we are still going to be getting this house. That's the plan. The only thing at this point that could hold it up would be the appraisal, but both the lender, and the realtor, and the listing agent, they all are not worried at all. They're pretty sure that it's going to be fine. Most appraisals in the area have been coming in at what they need to, or even above, which is really, really awesome. So I don't think we're going to have any problems, but that would be the only thing. And if for some reason it did come in under, basically, the appraisal has to be at least what we are borrowing. So, you know, I'm just going to use an example here. Let's say that the house is $100,000 and you have a $10,000 down payment. So the loan amount would be for $90,000. The house has to be worth at least $90,000 for the bank to lend that money. So that's kind of the thing. I am not worried about it at all. So shouldn't really be a problem. If it was for some reason, let's say it was something really small, like it came in like $5,000 under what it needed to be. At that point, we could either try to negotiate with the seller to drop the price by $5,000, or we could try to come up with that $5,000 to basically make it work. I don't think that will be necessary. It's most likely going to be appraised at what we need it to be at. So that is super, super awesome. I'm excited. That just made today a lot better, although now we are not going to be looking at any other houses today. There's kind of no point. But yeah, this is really good news, and I'm super excited. So, I mean, the other thing is our closing date is going to be pushed back. We don't know when, because it's dependent on when they can get contractors out there to actually physically do the work. And then a couple people had mentioned, like, if they do get the work done, make sure you get another re-inspection. That's not going to be necessary because they are hiring licensed and bonded contractors to actually do the work. And we are going to have receipts showing that it was done from this company. So it's not like the sellers are going to be doing it themselves. Although they will be doing the landscaping themselves, which is fine. But, you know, when they bring in like a backhoe and dig out the ground, dig out the yard to take out the old pipe and put in the new stuff, you can pay for them to basically fix all the landscaping stuff, but they were saying that the bid for that was really, really high, so the sellers are going to do that part themselves, which is completely fine. I'm assuming that they did some of the landscaping anyway, and it looks really good, so I have no complaints there. Our realtor said that we could do a re-inspection if we really wanted to, but that's like another $700 we'd have to pay, and I don't really think there's a reason to do that, since they're not going to be doing the work themselves. But either way, I'm super happy. I'm going to probably stop talking about it for the rest of this vlog. Maybe when we go home this evening, I will continue to do some packing. We have a little bit more time now. I don't know when the closing date will be. We're probably looking at somewhere closer to the end of the month. At the very worst, maybe like mid-September, but I'd be very surprised if it was that far out. Because they also want to get the stuff done as soon as possible. If we can close before September 1st, they don't have to worry about paying another mortgage payment on the house if they have those left. I'm not sure. But they want to get it done as soon as possible as well. So I think, well, before my birthday, for sure, we should be living in our new house. My birthday is on September 19th, and I'll be 50 years old, and we'll be in our own house. It's going to be awesome.
Chocolate. I remember when they first invented chocolate. Sweet, sweet chocolate. I always hated it.
So I just ran home real quick. Abby brought Homer into the store when she came earlier, and unfortunately, it's kind of a hassle to have him at the store because he has to stay in the back, otherwise he'll bark at customers. Which means someone else has to stay in the back with him as well, because if you leave him back there, then he will start whining. So I decided to bring him home, but I also was trying to grab a game from our personal collection to replace a customer order. Somehow I don't think we oversold, but somehow we sold a copy of Smash Bros. For the Switch and then did not have a copy to fulfill that order. So it must have just like sold in store or something right after they placed the order. But we get that game traded in fairly often, so we were trying to get one traded in to fulfill that order, and it's been too long. We haven't had one traded in, so I was like, okay, well, let's just grab the one from our personal collection. So I came home to drop off Homer and to grab that game, and I went to look. We do not have that game. According to our spreadsheet and what's on the shelf, we have the special edition with the controller, but even when I opened that, there was no cartridge in there. So I don't know if I had the cartridge stored in like the little game holder thing that holds like 10 or 15 games upstairs. I didn't check that, but there was no cartridge in there. So I'm going to GameStop to grab one. Luckily there's one, not the closest GameStop to the store, but the second closest. They have one, and she actually, she knows who we are because they're like a couple miles away, and she was like, well, because I explained to her what happened, and I was just trying to like replace it, and she's like, well, I'll mark it down to whatever you sold it for, so that we're not gonna, we're not losing any money, basically, which is really, really awesome. She did not have to do that. And sorry that I'm filming at a weird angle, but I just left the house, and I'm, trying not to film the roads or whatever. But I'm going to GameStop so I can replace, someone on a moped going by, so I can replace that game for the customer, and then I'm going to be heading back to the store. We did get some packages earlier, so I'm going to be unboxing those, and then I'll just be getting back to work. Alright, so I just walked out of GameStop. The manager here is the lady who helped me out. Super, super nice. She gave me a factory sealed copy of Smash Bros. For the same price we sold it at. And the one we sold was during our sale, so it was like $38. So she marked it down quite a bit, and she did not have to do that, but I definitely appreciate it. She said that she sends customers our way all the time, and we're always helping out those customers, so she didn't mind returning the favor, which is really, really cool. I asked if she had any retro stuff in, and she said, no, whenever people bring it in, we send them to you. So that's really cool too. I also bought Def Jam Rap Star. It was 99 cents. It's only a $5 game, but still. And then she also gave me this little Miitopia shelf dangler, I think is what they're called. It was still hanging up, but it was hanging up in a spot where there was no Miitopia games, and this game came out a little while ago, so she gave me that. She also said if I want to stop by on Sunday, she will let me look through the marketing box and take whatever I want. So that's pretty cool. I might try to do that. I told her like anything small like this and anything Nintendo I'm definitely interested in. Not so much in like the giant posters and stuff. If they're the plastic ones, maybe, but not the cardboard ones. But I don't know. We'll see. She's definitely been to the store before. She even knew Abby's name. I didn't even have to give her my information to pull up the account, which is super cool. She was very nice, and yeah, I'm like super happy about this. That's really, really cool. So I'm gonna head back to the store, and then we'll open up some packages. Package time. We have a bunch of them. This first one's from a distributor. I'm not sure what it is. It's a distributor that we order stuff from, but like nothing's in stock, and they just ship it when they get it. So.
Ooh, I know what these are.
I did get a shipping notification.
We have, oh god, Club Mochi, Animal Crossing plushies.
So, this is like the new set. I think we still have some of the old one left, because we got like 4 boxes of them. We just have 1 box here, but they have a couple new ones. So, there's a bell bag, which is new. There's a fossil, which is really awesome. That one's new. This one's a duplicate. Tom Nook. This one's new. Todeki, or KK Slider. And then that one's a repeat of Isabel. So these are the Club Mochi ones. These are like the ones that are like really, really soft. But yeah, these are super cool. So we got those.
Okay.
I'll get those put in the system today.
And then from DC and Wyoming, we have 2 packages.
Person that sends us stuff and doesn't tell us who he is.
Hi, Naven.
Yo, trading? Trading? Yeah. Trading.
We have Medal of Honor Rising Sun. We have Ace Combat 4. We have Pinball Hall of Fame. The Williams Collection.
That's a good one.
007 Agent Under Fire. The Getaway.
And then this one looks like it's PS3 games. Uncharted 3. Battlefield 3.
Hello?
Abby's getting a phone call. Assassin's Creed Revelations. Gran Turismo 5. Medal of Honor. Red Dead Undead Nightmare. Assassin's Creed 3s.
Sorry.
Batman Arkham Origins. Batman Arkham City. And Battlefield 4.
So, tell them about the thing. This thing.
About Abby's phone call, it was people trying to sell her new insurance.
I'm pretty nice to people when they call me, and I'm just like, I'm not interested. Please take me off your call list. And then this lady was just like, I understand.
Hey.
Hey, what do you want me to do with this?
Test
This
it.
one too? Okay.
Yeah, get it put on there.
It's a 2DS.
From Billy. But like, I'm usually like super nice and patient with them. I'm like, oh no, I'm not interested. Like, please take me off your call list and everything. And this lady was like, I understand you're hesitant, but like, just give me this information and I'll see what I can save you. And I was like, okay, no, okay, take me off your call list. And I just like talked over her because she was talking over me. I don't like that.
So GameStop was doing a sale a few days ago. Someone sent it to us, and usually I don't tell you guys about the sales because our videos go out a day late, and a lot of times the sales are like a one-day thing, so you won't hear till it's too late anyway. But they were doing like
No, I need that box. I left it there for a reason.
but they were doing like it was 5 games for $50 that were $20 or less, but it wasn't everything. It was just the games that they had like in the section. But we got a bunch of 3DS games and a bunch of Switch games, and it looks like so far only 2 of them. Okay, there's a couple more. The first couple packages, they all had cases, which is really awesome. Some of them didn't, which is fine, because it was worth it even if they were loose. But some of these we are going to be keeping, primarily Switch games. So let me try to separate those out right now, because I was like, if they come complete, then we will keep them. If not, we're gonna sell them. There are some duplicates though. I'm pretty sure I got like 2 of everything, but we also do have way more coming. This is maybe a 1/5 of what I bought. So we have Xenoblade Chronicles for the 3DS.
Mario Party?
You gotta talk a little louder than
I
that.
don't know what happened.
This one.
You go ahead.
Oh, I dropped it. We have The Outer Worlds for Switch, Zoids Wild Blast Unleashed, and Lumo. And then Balan Wonderland, which this one is loose. And then these also came with cases, which I did not expect. We have Mario Party Island Tour, Hey Pikmin, and Zelda Triforce Heroes. The 3DS games worked out to being like $10 a piece, which pretty much every game I bought was $10 a piece because they were normally 20. So these 4 we will keep. We have Outer Worlds, which I have to double check. We might have this one. I'm not sure. Hidden Objects Collection. And then another Zoids.
And then Cooper really wants to play this one.
Yes. So this is another Balan Wonderland. This was the best deal because these were normally $40, but they had them marked down to $20, but then they were also part of the deal, so they were $10. And Price Chart still has us at $36, and I'm pretty sure because it was the best deal, I have more of these coming. This artwork is like creased and everything, so hopefully the other one comes with the case and I'll keep the better one, but still, very, very awesome. Where you put 'em? Right here?
those are the ones for the store that I put right there. So.
And then this is the last box, right?
Yeah.
And this is, we're pretty sure, a purchase we made from someone through email. We have a lot of unread emails right now, so if you have emailed us, don't worry, we're not ignoring you. We don't have enough time to get back to everyone in a timely manner. But we're not ignoring anyone. Your email is still unread. Oh, this is awesome.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is from a couple that came and visited us. They're from Arizona, and they swung
Came
by
to the store like what, like
a couple weeks ago.
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. And it was very awesome meeting them. I think it was Jake and Jasmine. Oh, yeah. I remember, Jake and Jasmine. And this says, "Hi Cooper and Abby, here's the items we talked about through email. We're happy to help you get closer to finishing this collection. Again, it was awesome and pleasure to finally meet you guys in person and buy some really cool things to add to our collection. Let us know if everything comes to you in one piece. We look forward to watching your guys' videos every day, and we're excited to see you turn another chapter in your book with the purchase of your own home. Congrats again." And then it provides the information. And they have super, super nice handwriting. And I'm just gonna let actually Cooper go through these because this is his thing. I'm gonna go check up on the guys.
So I do think that we talked about this a little bit before, but this is a Sega Pico collection, which is really cool. And we are 4 games away from a complete Pico collection, at least for the US release. There were some more games either in like PAL or Japan or whatever, but for the US set, there's like 20 games. There's not that many. We were 4 away, and they had 2 of them, which means with the addition of these, we are only 2 away. There's extra stuff in here as well that are duplicates, so there is some stuff here for the store that we're going to be selling. But the first one here is one, oh, this is a weird bag. But the first one is one that we need, and that is Pepe's Puzzles. So that was one we did not have in our personal collection. And then this is the other one that we also did not have, and that is Tales and the Music Maker. So for you hardcore Pico collectors out there, the Tales game and the Sonic game are the 2 most expensive, at least for the North American region, like I said. And we already have the Sonic one, so that Tales game was the only other really pricey one we didn't have yet. So it's really cool to get that one and be, you know, like I said, like 2 games away from the full set. I don't even know what the games are off the top of my head, but they're seriously nothing special. Pico games are kind of hard to find in general. Most of them are not very expensive. Most of them are actually really cheap, like under 20 bucks complete. The problem is that they just don't come up for sale. So I have a saved search for the ones that I'm missing, so hopefully soon enough we will complete that set. It's kind of a weird set to go for. I almost don't even want to consider it like, you know, like an actual game console. It feels, because it's all educational type stuff, so it feels like it's more in the like Leapfrog, Leapster kind of category of games, but it is made by Sega, so it's, I don't know, it's kind of cool. So the other games we have Magic School Bus, we have Mickey's Blast into the Past, and Magic Crayons. And then there is also the Pico itself. I think there might be one more game in here because they had one more. Why can't I open this? I need to be able to set it down. There we go. Yes, there is one more game in here. Richard Scarry's Huckle and Lowly's Busiest Day Ever. And then it's got the manual as well. So, this did not have any cables, because it takes the same power cable as one of the Genesis consoles. And he's like, I only have one power cable and I kind of need it for my Genesis. Is that okay? And I was like, yeah, it's no big deal. We have extras. And then it just takes regular AV cables there. So this is really, really cool. Thank you to Jake and Jasmine for, you know, hooking me up with this stuff. Obviously, I think we paid a fair price for everything, but those 2 games in particular are ones that we needed. So I'm happy to be able to, get them some money, get some stuff out of their way, and add a couple awesome games to our collection, and then have some Pico stuff for the store again, because it's been quite a while since we've had anything in. Not that it's a hot seller or anything, but it's still pretty cool to get stuff like this in that you just don't see every day. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree, waving and sweeping.
As lucky can be.
You ever seen Mary Poppins?
I've already never seen Mary Poppins.
Neither have I.
What? Well, there's a chimney sweep in there, and that's the song that they sing.
Yeah, I would feel bad, but I feel like I'm not the demographic for Mary Poppins.
I also don't think you're missing out on anything. But again, I've never watched it.
What is wrong with you guys? You ever heard supercalifragilistic?
Yeah,
That's Mary Poppins.
I sang that in my 3rd grade spring concert when I went to school.
And that's Mary Poppins.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's where it comes from. It's a classic.
So you're saying I should watch Mary Poppins?
I think you should, actually.
Okay. What if I'm just...
Exactly.
Yeah, I know the song.
See?
I know the whole song.
You can't know the songs and not watch it.
You want to know what happened?
It's too good.
As a kid, I was very oppositional, and our music teacher.
What do you mean as a kid?
Actually, yeah, you were pretty oppositional.
You know what? Y'all need to shut it. But the teacher, her name was like Miss Decker or something like that. She's like, okay, like you guys all need to go home and watch Mary Poppins, and like she's like telling us, and she's like a jerk to me sometimes. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch Mary Poppins, and I didn't watch Mary Poppins.
Well, you should, because it's good.
Well, I didn't, because I didn't want to, because that teacher sucked and she wasn't good.
I haven't seen it in a very long time, but I remember thinking that it was similar to The Wizard of Oz when I was a kid. It kind of is.
Oh, another thing though is like I wasn't huge into that kind of stuff. Like I liked Harry Potter, but I didn't like a lot of like kids stuff because I was just like, this is silly. Like I was in 3rd grade and there's still kids who are like, oh, and I was like, you losers.
What?
And I
Real?
Oh my god.
What the heck, dude?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, you might want to cut that. We have kids who watch this. You need to take
What's
it out.
wrong with you?
You need to take it out. Babe.
You're the ruiner of fun.
Babe, you need to take it out.
I'll have to put a disclaimer.
No, you need to just like stop filming and cut it.
A lobster, huge and red.
Alright guys, so we are closed now, and we're going to go through and take a look at the trade-ins from today. This stack's not from today, and those NES games are not from today. That's the stuff that I entered this morning, but we have a lot to go through here. First, though, we have a DSi XL. Comes with not the right stylus, but it works. There were a bunch of other consoles that I didn't film, but there was an NES, a Fat PS2, a Genesis Model 2, and a Wii. There could have been more, I'm not sure, but that's what we got so far. A couple strategy guides here: Grand Theft Auto San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I'm going to move those out of the way because there's a lot to go through. Okay, so for original Xbox, we have ESPN, NHL, MLB, Tiger Woods, and Avatar: The Last Airbender. And everything's in order of price. One PS4 game, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 Remix. For Wii U, Skylander Swap Force, Nintendo Land, and Scribblenauts Unlimited. For the PS1, a game I've never heard of, Pitball. I probably would have held on to this one, but whatever. Spyro the Dragon, Magic the Gathering, Crash Bandicoot 2, Crash Team Racing, Tomb Raider, and Spyro Ripto's Rage with the nice holographic cover. For the original Wii, Winter Sports Ultimate Challenge, Just Dance 2, Lego Star Wars Complete Saga, Wii Play, Ghost Squad, we just got a sealed copy, now we have an open one as well, Sonic Unleashed, Guitar Hero 3, and Mario Kart Wii. For the 360, we have Connect Sports Season 2, Connect Adventures, Battlefield 3, Connect Disneyland Adventures, Kung Fu Panda 2, Rock Band 2, Sega Superstars Tennis, and Xbox Live Arcade, Skate 3, which is the best Xbox 360 game ever, Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7, Adventures of Tintin, Grand Theft Auto 4, Viva Pinata, Call of Duty 3, Guitar Hero World Tour, Just Dance Kids 2014, Bejeweled 3, Forza Motorsport 4, Brave, Disney Infinity. I don't think that's supposed to be $10. I'll have to double check that. That seems like it's too high. Grand Theft Auto 5, Just Dance Disney, and Connect Rush, a Disney Pixar adventure. For the Nintendo 64, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, and Super Mario 64. Awesome stuff. For Super Nintendo, we have another little batch of good games here. Street Fighter 2, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, the best Super Nintendo game ever, Super Mario Kart, and Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, also a very awesome game. For PS2, just a few games here, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, Dynasty Warriors 3, and San Andreas. I'm sure you can imagine where the strategy guides came from. And then for the Genesis, I actually didn't sort these. This is the only one I didn't do. There's a Mickey Mania with the box. Then we have Monopoly, so I didn't even look at these. Sonic Spinball, Beyond Oasis, that's a good one. NBA Jam, and Sonic 2. Like I said, I did not even look at those before right then. For DS, we have Indiana Jones, Staff of Kings, Go Diego Go, and GoldenEye. And then for the GameCube, we have The Sims, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Army Men RTS, Agent Under Fire, Harry Potter Chamber of Secrets, which, that looks really weird. Doesn't that player's choice, isn't that supposed to be, like, centered? Because that's way to the right. I don't know. I'm going to look that up. If that is, like, a manufacturing defect or something, I will probably hold on to this one, actually. But I don't know. I'll have to check. Lord of the Rings 2 Towers. Yeah, look at that one. It's like, it's lined up with it, but this one doesn't have the only for GameCube thing, which I thought when it wasn't there, it would be centered. I don't know. Sonic Mega Collection, Freedom Fighters, Turok Evolution, and Mario Party 4, which is awesome. And then lastly, we have these two I need to check on. Lastly, we have NES games. And we had 3 separate NES trade-ins today, and the cheapest game is $8, and it's the only $8 one. Everything from here down is $10 or up. So there's some really good stuff in here. Nothing crazy rare, but just good stuff overall. We have Arch Rivals, Tetris, Cyber Stadium Series Base Wars, Dr. Mario, Mario Bros. Duck Hunt, Mario Bros., Barbie, Jackal, Turtles, Tom and Jerry, Super Dodgeball, Yo-Noid, Little League Baseball Championship Series, Ghosts and Goblins, Turtles 2, the arcade game, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, Bubble Bobble, DuckTales, Tecmo Super Bowl, Super Mario Bros. 3, there were 2 copies. There were also 2 copies of Mario Bros. 2. And then we have Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! And then we have 2 copies of The Legend of Zelda. You can see that cartridge is much nicer. It's a little shiny. That one looks a little weird and faded. That is a 5-screw, and that is a 3-screw. The back on that one's pretty scratched up. But I want to double check because I'm pretty sure the last 5-screw we had was more expensive. So I'm going to check those as well. And the scratching on the back, I want to make sure that's marked as being in poor condition. So those are all the trade-ins from today. There were a few things that were dropped off that we're going to take a look at tomorrow because we didn't get through them all. But that's it for that. And then that whole box, and then the one leading up behind it, I got all that stuff shipped today, plus more that the mailman picked up earlier. I think we have something like 7 orders left right now, and it's like a bunch of Nintendo Powers, bunch right there. This thing, which I don't have a box for right now, I'm gonna have to like cut a box down, so that's why I didn't ship that one. But shipping should be done by tomorrow. And we have a bunch of Nintendo Powers here that this was not a recent trade-in. We got these a while ago, but Abby just got them in the system today. So they're all newer issues, but
quick thing.
They're all on the website right now, if you're interested.
Not all Wii era Nintendo Powers came with posters. So it may say no poster, and it may have never come with a poster. It may say has poster, and it came with poster.
Right. So we're not figuring out which ones never had posters. We're just putting whether it has a poster or not.
Exactly. So just a heads up on that.
So the last batch of Nintendo Powers we posted, I'm pretty sure they're all gone already, because I had them all right in here. So they literally all sold very, very quickly. So if you're interested, don't hesitate. Also, this thing's super cool. I'm surprised no one's bought that yet. But we're about to head home.